ADW Hatred Slam 49th show of 2023 by Colton Dennis. The crowd is cheering. Hello everyone and welcome to another Hatred Slam show. And man, what an announcement from Lee and Marie Dennis yesterday on Wild Bull, said announcer number 1. Yeah, I can't imagine that. We're going back to having regular shows. Just with no title defenses. Unless it's a pay-per-view or if a show doesn't have any titles. That's insane to think about, said announcer number 2. I just wonder what Anne has in store for tonight, said announcer number 1. Me too, I like to know before, said announcer number 2 being interrupted. Music is playing. The maestro appears walking down the ramp. Well, you're being interrupted by the undisputed Continental Champion, said announcer number 1. What does he want? Asked announcer number 2. The maestro walks up the steel stairs, goes through the middle rope then walks towards opposite side of the ring. Man number 1 hands a microphone to the maestro. The maestro stops in the middle of the ring. Music stops playing. The maestro raises the microphone. The crowd is booing. The maestro lowers the microphone. The crowd is letting maestro know what they think about him, said announcer number 1. The maestro raises the microphone again. The crowd starts booing again. The maestro lowers the microphone again. The crowd continues booing. Are you done? The crowd is louder. Maestro makes a mean face. Wow, grown-ass adults booing. How far has the world gone from becoming mature? The maestro shakes his head. Now, for those that don't know, we're not longer able to defend our titles on the shows. Unless, of course, that show doesn't have a title. So, since I'm the only champion on Hatred Slam, I think it's time to have a little match. That's right, I'm issuing an open challenge to the Hatred Slam roster. So, is there any takers? Asked the maestro. Music is playing. The innovator appears running down the ramp, high-fives the crowd, slides into the ring then stands up. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is for the undisputed Continental Championship, said announcer number 3 being interrupted. Whoa, I didn't say it was for the undisputed Continental Championship. I issued as an open challenge. Now if you beat me innovator, maybe you'll get a title shot. Like I said, only if you can beat me, said the maestro. Oh come on, maestro suckered innovator out here, said announcer number 2. Maestro knows how to play mind games with people, said announcer number 1. This match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing the challengers first, he is a former undisputed Continental Champion, the innovator. And his opponent, he is the undisputed Continental Champion, the maestro, said announcer number 3. The maestro hands his title to man number 1. Bell dings. Here we go. I hope innovator kicks maestro's head off his shoulders, said announcer number 2. Both the innovator and the maestro are walking around the ring then go to lock up. The maestro steps backwards. Hold on, I'm not fully stretched out, said the maestro pulling onto the top rope. Maestro is just messing with innovator. I think he's just trying to test his patience, said announcer number 1. Both the innovator and the maestro walk around the ring then go to lock up again. The maestro steps backwards again. Hold on, I'm still a little stiff. Just 1 second, innovator. The maestro stretches his legs. All right, I'm ready. You ready, innovator? Good, let's go, said the maestro. Both the innovator and the maestro go to lock up a third time. The maestro steps backwards a third time then holds his leg. Are you all right? Asked referee number 1. I think I tweaked something. I don't think I could do this. Ow, it hurts badly too, said the maestro. Maestro is just pulling innovator's leg, said announcer number 2. Maestro shouldn't be a champion. If he's gonna do stuff like this, said announcer number 1. The maestro goes through the middle rope then sits onto the ledge of the ring. My leg. Oh, it hurts badly, said the maestro. Referee number 1 feeling the maestro's left leg. The innovator is looking at the maestro, at the crowd, runs, bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring then drop kicks the maestro's back. The maestro falls face first onto the floor then he groans. Now there's a way to start a match, said announcer number 2. If maestro's leg wasn't bothering him, his back will be, said announcer number 1. The maestro is laying on the floor. The innovator goes through the middle rope then walks around the corner of the ring. Hold up, innovator, said referee number 1. The innovator holds up his hands. Referee number 1 is kneeling next to the maestro. Are you all right? Asked referee number 1. My back, said the maestro. What about your leg? Asked referee number 1. My leg's fine, my back hurts now, said the maestro. He's fine, said referee number 1. The innovator picks the maestro up then throws him into the ring. The maestro stops rolling, then looks at the innovator. The innovator slides into the ring, stands up, then approaches the maestro. Wait, hold on, innovator, said the maestro. The innovator looks at the crowd. The crowd is cheering. The maestro stands up. Don't listen to them. Please, my leg hurts, sacked the maestro. But, I heard you say it didn't, said the innovator. All right, but please. Just lay on the mat so I could cover you. I don't want to hurt you, said the maestro. The innovator nods his head, then punches the maestro. The maestro falls onto the mat, then he groans. What a right hook by innovator, said announcer number 2. The innovator picks the maestro up, then bounces his head off the top turnbuckle. The maestro groans, then he turns around. The innovator chops the maestro's chest. The maestro groans. The innovator chops the maestro's chest again. The maestro groans again, then walks along the ropes. The innovator bounces the maestro off of the ropes, then goes to punch him. The maestro holds onto the ropes, then rolls outside of the ring. Maestro needs a breather, said announcer number 1. The maestro walks around the ring. Look out, give me my title, said the maestro. Maestro wants to walk out on this match, said announcer number 2. The maestro walking along the side of the ring. That's right, I don't need this, said the maestro looking up. The innovator appears on the top turnbuckle, jumps off of, then lands onto the maestro. Innovator takes out maestro, said announcer number 1. The innovator stands up, then high-fives the crowd members. The crowd is cheering. Innovator loves the people, said announcer number 1. He needs to keep an eye on maestro, said announcer number 1. The maestro tries climbing over the barricade. The innovator looks at the maestro, runs at him, then hits his back. The maestro groans. The innovator pulls the maestro back over the barricade, grabs his head, then throws him into the ring. The maestro stops rolling, then stands up. The innovator slides into the ring, then stands up. The maestro swings his title. The innovator ducks. The maestro turns around. The innovator pulls onto the maestro's legs, sets him up, then slingshots him. The maestro goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Innovator sends maestro outside of the ring, said announcer number 2. He needs to get him back inside if he wants to beat maestro, said announcer number 1. The innovator goes through the middle rope, then climb up the turnbuckle. Innovator is heading back to the top, said announcer number 2. The innovator looks down at the maestro. The maestro stands up next to the barricade. The innovator jumps off of the top turnbuckle. The maestro quickly moves. The innovator's head goes into the barricade, he groans, then falls onto the floor. Innovator missed, said announcer number 1. Referee number 1 is kneeling next to the innovator. Are you all right? Asked referee number 1. The innovator nods his head. I hope innovator's all right. That looked nasty, said announcer number 2. Yes, it did, said announcer number 1. The maestro stands up, sees the innovator laying on the floor, then continuously kicks him. The innovator continuously groaning. Now maestro will take advantage of the situation, said announcer number 2. The maestro picks the innovator up, runs at the ring, then rams his back into it. The innovator groans. Maestro is like a predator going after injured prey, said announcer number 1. The maestro grabs the innovator's head, then throws him into the barricade. The innovator groans. You think you're better than me? Do you really think so? Do you really think that? Asked the maestro, kicking the innovator. The innovator continues groaning. Enough, maestro, get him in the ring, said referee number 1. Shut up, said the maestro, picking the innovator up, then throwing him into the ring. The innovator stops rolling. The maestro slides into the ring, stands up, then lightly kicks the innovator. The innovator groans. Just mocking the innovator now, said announcer number 2. The maestro looks at the innovator, raises his hand, then makes a fist. Oh no, maestro's thinking about knocking innovator out, said announcer number 1. Get up, innovator, said the maestro. The innovator stands up. The maestro goes for a knockout punch onto the innovator. The innovator ducks. The maestro turns around. The innovator lifts the maestro onto his shoulders, then does a Samoan drop onto him. The maestro groans. Innovator is back in this thing, said announcer number 2. That was a great Samoan drop out of nowhere by innovator, said announcer number 1. The innovator puts his right arm onto the maestro. 1, 2. The maestro kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Almost had maestro there, said announcer number 2. Both the innovator and the maestro slowly stand up, then start punching each other. Here comes another fist fight, said announcer number 1. The maestro punches the innovator. The innovator groans, then punches the maestro. The maestro groans, then goes to punch the innovator. The innovator ducks, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. The maestro turns around. The innovator does a diving clothesline onto the maestro. The maestro stands up. The innovator continuously clotheslines the maestro. The maestro continuously groaning. The innovator lifts the maestro then slams him onto the mat. The maestro groans. The innovator points at the turnbuckle. The crowd is cheering. Innovator is thinking about his top rope body splash, said announcer number 2. The innovator goes through the middle rope then climbs up the turnbuckle. Innovator's heading to the top, said announcer number 1. The innovator gets to the top rope, looks down at the maestro, jumps off of it then goes for a body splash onto him. The maestro quickly moves. The innovator lands face first onto the mat then he groans. Maestro moved out of the way, said announcer number 2. The innovator holds his stomach then slowly stands up. The maestro quickly stands up, runs then tackles the innovator through the middle rope. Both the innovator and the maestro land onto the floor then they groan. Both innovator and maestro land outside of the ring, said announcer number 1. I think something's wrong, said announcer number 2. The innovator is holding his left leg. The maestro holding his head. Referee number 1 is kneeling next to both the innovator and the maestro, slides into the ring then stands up. 1, 2, said referee number 1. The referee has started the count, said announcer number 1. The maestro continues holding his head then he slowly moves. The innovator tries standing up then falls onto the floor. Innovator must have really hurt his leg, said announcer number 2. The maestro stands up, holds his head, walks towards the ring then goes to slide inside it. The innovator grabs the maestro's left leg then holds onto it. 9, 10. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Bell dings. Ladies and gentlemen, both competitors have been counted out, said announcer number 3. Both innovator and maestro get counted out, said announcer number 1. Man, this was a good match. I know maestro tried walking out. But, innovator stopped him from doing so. And if he didn't do that, we would have never seen what would have happened, said announcer number 2. I just really wish they weren't counted out. I would have loved to seen the ending of this match, said announcer number 1. I would love to have seen that too, said announcer number 2. Well folks, since we don't have a winner. I wished there was. But, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye bye, said announcer number 2 waving. The end.